final touches, getting all packed up. I'm sad to leave this place because its view is really nice. The weather's really nice, the people are really nice, but I literally just had a moment and I was like, holy what? We are going to Mexico today. We're going to Mexico.
Going to Mexico.
It felt like it was so far away for so long in our grand plan, and now I'm like, we're going to Tulum. I'm so excited. Honestly, I think Tulum is gonna be really, really nice. I'm excited for really good Mexican food.
Yes.
I already looked at all the menus at the places in Tulum and I'm drooling already. They have cauliflower crust pizza with chia seeds that's vegan and gluten-free. And that just makes me so happy because as much as the food has been fine in like Costa Rica and Belize, do we go somewhere between Costa Rica and Belize?
Yeah, Guatemala.
In Guatemala. Well, Guatemala I feel like was a little bit higher for me personally. But here it's just so hard to find stuff. But I am thankful everywhere we've gone has had almond milk. That has been a really, really pleasant surprise. So I'm not complaining at all. And I'm not complaining because I'm happy to eat my Lay's potato chips all day long. But I am really, really excited to go to Mexico and to eat there and to have guacamole. So much guacamole. We call it a guacamole tour every time we go to Mexico. It's our new thing. We're like, hey guys, we're going on our guacamole tour, and you just eat as much guacamole as you possibly can. Although after going to Peru, it's hard to beat the avocados in Peru. I didn't even know such good avocados existed, but overall Belize has been amazing. The Marine Reserve was incredible.
So good.
Anything you'd like to...
Coming to Belize and doing the Marine Reserve is worth a stop by itself. San Pedro is really great. Cape Cocker is really fun. You got to know that you're on an island though, and things are different. So golf cart it is, if you're going to stay for any period of time, and everything's more expensive, and you're not going to get the quality that you could inland in terms of food and stuff. But you're here for the island life. You're here to look out at this beautiful turquoise water like I'm looking at right now, and just relax. They've got coconuts and they've got other yummy fruity drinks, and have a good time. Now we're gonna be going to Mexico. I love Mexico. I could spend lots of time in Mexico, and we will, and we are. So it's gonna be great. This is gonna be great. Here we go. Tulum it is. Well, let me say, I know I said this in a previous little clip. Maybe we use it or not. We're gonna take a flight out of here, Tropic Air, the airline of Belize. 20-minute flight to Corozal. We're gonna get in a taxi from Corozal. We're gonna go to the border. Maybe they're gonna allow us to go with the taxi across the border. Maybe we have to walk, haven't done this one yet. And then we're gonna go to chetumal and then on our way up to Tulum. So we got a little bit of a trek today. We're crossing borders, and that's always a fun day.
I'd say one of the things that did surprise me a lot about Belize overall was how much everyone speaks English. Even the hotel manager who picked us up from the border on Belize, he was from Austria and he spoke English to us. And literally everyone speaks perfect English, and most everyone is probably bilingual here except for us. Obviously not the tourists as much, but oh, the breeze is so nice. I wish you were here. I wish you could feel it. It's literally so nice. It's like perfect. It rained last night, so it's like really clear and the water is beautiful. All right, guys, catch you at the airport. Shockingly easy to check your bags. You just walk them in and they're like, what's your name? And they're like, okay, your bag's checked. But anyway, got rid of our bags, so we're gonna spend a couple more hours hanging around the island. So we decided to end our trip with a little meal. The one thing that we didn't do, which is eat over the water. There's a lot of places to eat over the water here. So we're going to Losers. Even though we're winners. Stay positive. Always have good self-esteem, guys. Forgot to film any eating. We forgot to film any eating.
I ate it so fast I was hungry.
Then
it was a blackened fish sandwich with really, really yummy bread. This place is called Losers, even though it's a great place.
final views of Belize before we fly out. Guys, I don't know who it is. Somebody literally spilled the beans.
I said no earlier. Thank you. What's that?
Bye, golf cart. So, how cool is this? They literally come and pick the golf cart up wherever you park it. You just text them where you park it. That's another reason I'm glad we went with this company. We just parked it at the airport. Now we're gonna take off. There's the terminal. Every single gate right here. Cool. Nice.
Similar. Your boarding pass. You can't forget this is a supporting sponsor, Lancer. This is our boarding pass, and we're yellow, and we're gonna give it back to them. Fun.
It's time. I'm so excited. Look at this plane. Ah.
Traffic.
Flight number 94 together. Here we go. Look at how cute that is. Don't smoke it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll call board show flight to Corozal, flight traffic.
To tell me it's all in my head. Don't say it's all in my head. To tell me it's all in my head. Don't say it's all in my head. I got a renegade soul. Your disposition is stone cold. Oh, no, 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 no. What'd it take to let you go? I got a war in my head. You come like a train running through it. Been keeping all my aces close, but I wanna know where you go. Think we're in a retrograde, 'cause we're never on the same page. Just gonna walk away. What'd it take to get you to stay? 'Cause you got me falling again. Coming and my heart is blazing. Don't tell me it's all in my head, 'cause this could be something amazing. And if we don't get it right, we'll fall back into orbit tonight. So tell me it's all in my head. Don't say it's all in my head. So tell me it's all in my head. Don't say it's all in my head. So tell me it's all in my head. Don't say it's all in my head.
We made it. That was so honestly, I'd do it again even if we weren't trying to get anywhere.
That was a fun little ride. It was quick. Now we're in northern Belize. Gonna take a taxi ride over to Mexico.
Wow, what a trip, literally. It's the only time I've ever watched my bags come from the taxi. Okay, so we are now on the taxi ride. It's about 20-25 minutes to the Mexican border.
Great. We'll be right on time. Yeah.
Wow.
Hopefully we can do it today. I think so.
That door right there that is open. And when you get inside, on the left hand side, there is a little alley. You need to go and see the immigration department.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Right, baby?
I never thought the day would come where I would say I was walking over the border to Mexico, but here we are. Well, we just walked across the Mexican border
Well, the Belize.
to Mexico. Oh, we're gonna walk across the one to Mexico in a minute.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping we can find a taxi, to be honest. Because of COVID, the taxi drivers aren't allowed to take you across the border anymore. No one from Belize is allowed into Mexico across the border. Only other people with different passports, like United States. Bag's never been through something like this before. Yeah. The place we wanted to go was booked for the evening, which is a good sign, actually.
Totally packed. It means they picked a good one. Who would have guessed you had to make a reservation though?
In Tulum.
Going there tomorrow. It's good. Welcome to Tulum, guys.
We made it.
First thing you do in Tulum is you get yourself a nice little drink and some guacamole.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let the guacamole tour begin.
Yeah. This guacamole is like a 8.8 out of 10. Maybe it's because I'm really hungry, but it's actually really good too.
When's the last time you ate?
Guys, 9 hours ago. So we crossed the border. I asked as many questions as I could of the taxi driver who picked us up at the airport in Corozal, who's taking us. I read blog after blog after blog, maybe 5 or 6 blogs. And I read the state websites, I read the government websites, I read even traveler forums, just to see how I could get across the border, we could get across the border.
Number one, all the times were wrong. They said it was 24-hour border. I was like a little skeptical because the other border, Guatemala, wasn't 24 hours. And then, you know, I guess I didn't ask the right people, but we ended up flying in, and then we were told that we had about like 30 minutes or so, maybe 45 minutes to cross the border, which was really interesting because we thought it was open the whole time. So we went right into the Belize side. They had us go into one of the side offices. I thought it was really interesting because the guy literally had like half-naked women on his wall, and he was preoccupied doing something else. Clearly wasn't expecting us. And it was just interesting how we went from one line to a side office and then came back to the front line. I was like, that was really unorganized. How could they do that with 10 people? It'd be a chaotic mess. But maybe that's just how they do it in the evenings, because we were the only ones there. And then we go back. The guy punched in our numbers manually, then scanned our passports. They wanted to pay for an exit tax, which I was aware of because you have to pay for it only in cash. It was $40. And then he said, go around and get your passport stamped and walk out. And here I am thinking, okay, I can see the fence, like the fence gate, and it's maybe 100 yards. And I'm thinking on the other side, we're gonna be out, we'll be in Mexico, we're gonna get stamped in, just like it was on the other border that we crossed. However, in this one, there's this free zone, and in the taxi driver was talking about a free zone, but I thought he was talking about duty free, because almost all of them have a duty free shop you go through. But there was this free zone, and it's basically like this system of streets. There's several streets connected, and there's others that know way more about this than I do, of course. We started walking, and I looked at one road sign, and it said Mexico, and then Allie pointed at Mexico National going that way, and so we're like, okay, we're walking towards that. I mean, I've crossed other Mexican borders before, so it was like, okay, we're walking. Well, after about 15 minutes of walking, I don't know, the border guy who checked us in was on a Gator 4x4 coming, and he got us. He picked us up. He said that we were going the wrong direction, and so he loaded up our bags. We're riding around with the Border Patrol agent completely in the opposite direction. And it would have probably been, I would say, a good 30-minute walk. However, we had our bags, our big bags, and our backpacks, and so it was slowing us down for sure. I mean, it was not meant for walking whatsoever. I mean, you'd have to really be an exception to walk. It probably would have taken an hour to walk the whole thing. And we had like 25 minutes at this point. So we went by another security guard. He waved us on. I think he was preoccupied with his YouTube show. Personally, I have no idea. And then the Border Patrol guy who picked us up called a taxi for us, which is so sweet. We felt so taken care of. This is a Belize guy. And he called his taxi friend. The taxi friend picked us up in the middle, and then they took us to the entrance, which was another like 5 to 10 minute drive. Took us to the entrance. He waited for us as we went in the Mexican side, got our passports out. We filled out the documentation, got our passports stamped, and then we got back in the taxi and negotiated a fare to Chetumal. Well, in the middle of that, we actually convinced him to take us all the way to Tulum. Paid a little bit more for it, but honestly, no one was there, and we were the only ones, and he was the only taxi. I'm like, okay, I feel really fortunate right now. This guy, you know, obviously has probably been hurting the last couple of years with the whole COVID situation, and so I'm like, I'm willing to pay the extra. So he took us right here, and we didn't have to ride the bus up, and Allie was really happy about that. And that's my whole northern Belize Mexican border story.